Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Anfield Index. No, I am not Grizz. Grizz is just taking a bit of time off. Don't worry, he will be back soon. But I'm here to fill in, and I'm joined by Ben from Red or Alive TV. Make sure you head over to his channel and click subscribe. Amazing stuff as usual. Just did the stream with the other person who I'm joined with today. It's Mo. It's Welsh Mo, which I feel like I don't have to say because you're the only Mo here. Only one Mo in this stream. Only one Mo who's not throwing us under the bus.
Not yet.
But we'll get into that discussion today. There's plenty to talk about because Liverpool, that club that's been stressing us out for the past God knows how many weeks and months now, have actually picked up a win. We've managed to go away to Inter Milan in Europe in the Champions League and pick up a win. First team to win at the San Siro in Europe since 2022. And we have completely done it to them. I mean, Ben, I'll get to you first, man. Just first and foremost, because you're a very passionate, vocal fan. We all love you for it. It's one of the best things. How are you feeling following that match before we get into the sort of nitty-gritty breakdown of it?
Proud, to be honest. Proud, mate. This Liverpool team, mate, heads are cabbaged. Let's make no mistake about it, mate. There's a mental block on this team at the minute. Mate, we've been getting beat and pillar to post by crap teams, lads. So, like, every game, mate, Lou, it must be so difficult being a Liverpool player. Do you know what I mean? The crap that they're getting told, they're all being told the garbage. Our £125 million striker, people are saying he's fucking woeful. Florian, who's a superstar player, is classed as garbage. Do you know what I mean? It must be so hard. They're all getting it. So for me, I'm sure we're going to different topics tonight, but off the back of all the garbage, the situation in the summer that happened, the tragedy, and what our, legends has just said a few days ago, I'm proud of them boys because that must have been so hard this week, lads. So the praise should just be on that. And I'm happy for the manager, lads. Regardless if I think he's the right man or not, that's not the point. What a difficult week it's been for the club. So I'm proud of the lads. And massive win, lads. And let's just see how we get on. Slowly, lads, innit?
Slowly. And speaking of slowly, as someone who slowly decided to get his shit together so he was able to join us. We've also got Mike.
I'm here. I'm finally here, boys. I know. Listen, I've had 3 weeks off. I've avoided every bad result because I couldn't dare face Welshmo. I've avoided him like a passion. I've avoided Ben every time he's been near where I live. And Lou, I've dodged every text that you sent me. So I've been a wonderful member of this wonderful podcast for the last 3 weeks. I know I have. But I've not got a normal setup, if you can see. I'm very much in my kitchen right now. So sorry if the audio is a little bit bad. But what are we talking about here? What's the chat?
What do you think we're talking about?
I'm going to assume we're talking about
West Ham. Yeah. That side. Go on. We'll start from the beginning. No, we were just saying. I mean, we were just talking, man, about how I think Ben summed it up there perfectly. Feeling proud after that performance, after what's been a safe to say tumultuous week, what's been a difficult time period, what's been a very strenuous period of time for Liverpool, both on and now off the pitch. I mean, I'll go to Mo first because he can work a laptop. But how are you feeling about coming out of that? Mo, you feel the same sort of thing?
How am I feeling? I think Ben summed it up pretty much spot on. It was a horrible week for Liverpool Football Club, not just on the pitch, but suddenly off the pitch, which is very rare for Liverpool to be in the media for the wrong reasons. And no, I'm sure we're going to go into that Mo debate, whether he's right or wrong and X, Y, and Z. But to a man, what they performed for the badge. They were put in a very uncomfortable position to either pick Salah or the club, in my opinion. And I think they picked the club. And to a man, they put in the performance. It wasn't vintage. It was solid. It was what we needed. And do you know what? This is football. We've gone and beaten Inter Milan, Arsenal, Real Madrid with clean sheets. And then on the same sentence, we've lost to Nottingham Forest and, X, Y, and Z panned at home 3-0. It's just where we are at the moment. So when we do win, I take the positives from it if I can.
Take the positives. All you've got to look for the glass half full moments. And like you said, this was definitely one of them. And like going into this, Mike, like I think we were all pretty negative about it. Come away from the Leeds game, like we scored 3, but we conceded 3.
Yeah.
Before that, Sunderland, where we couldn't, like, honestly, we looked a shadow of ourselves.
It was very bad performance.
And now we go into Inter Milan, a side who not won the Champions League, reached the final last season, the final 2 years before that, top quality team in Italy. How were you feeling going into this match as opposed to how you feel coming out of it?
It was a weird one, to be honest, going into it, because I wasn't looking forward to the Leeds game. I mean, I missed part of it because I was on a flight. I wasn't looking forward to the Sunderland game because I knew what we were gonna get. I was kind of looking forward to the West Ham game because it was something different. But I've not really looked forward to a Liverpool game in the way I'm used to looking forward to it for a fair bit of time. I was looking forward to the Inter game, but not for the reasons that normally I look forward to Liverpool. I'm so sick of. I feel bad because I mean Ben and I have had this chat already. Like I'm a little bit positive at times, maybe when I don't need to be. Like it's a fair thing. I'm aware of that. I'm so sick of the timeline, bro. I'm so sick of fans. Like and I know that sounds bad, but like the last 4 or 5 days, or the 3 days, whatever, leading up to the game, I landed off the plane and obviously everything had gone down while I was on the flight. I'd missed everything. Couldn't access social media. I got you to put a tweet out on my behalf, Luke. It was just like, it was a mad one for me personally. I hate the way the timeline is. Everyone is talking about how it's either Salah or the club, and everyone who's backing Salah is saying, how dare you say this about Salah, but then their next tweet is about how they're begging the club to lose, or they hate Konate, or they hate McAllister. So you can't say a bad word about Salah, but you'll absolutely go nuts abusing all these different players. Oh, Salah can do no wrong, but Cody Gakpo, I hate Cody Gakpo. I don't like the inconsistency. The inconsistency is the frustration for me. My actual position on Salah is very different probably to what I'm giving off here. And I think Salah's been absolutely poorly treated in the media post his interview. But there's a lot of different nuance to that conversation. But it's just been so frustrating all the time. Like no one's even been talking about the game. There's people begging us to lose. It's been insults at individual players. It's been insult at tactics. It's just been constant negativity. And listen, I've been part of that as well. Like I've absolutely sat here in front of my phone and been fuming at Konate, for example.
Well, we all have.
Like we've all been fuming at these players. But I think the personal abuse and personal attacks has really been bothersome because it's just not reflective of. Not even Liverpool. It's just not reflective of being a football fan. Just abusing people for the sake of abusing them. I just think it's pointless. So I was looking forward to the game just to actually watch a game of football where I can just watch a game of football and that's all I'm watching. There's nothing else around it. And to be honest, lads, I mean, we're all old enough to remember that just felt like Rafa Benitez away from home. That was a Rafa Benitez Champions League. That was as Rafa Benitez as it's ever got for me. It wasn't a good performance in the sense of it wasn't exciting to watch, but it was very hard to break down. You're not going to concede. You're going to wait for 1 or 2 moments, and there you go. And that's exactly what he did. And for me, that's how you play away from home in Europe, and it has been for 40, 50 years. So,
but is that what we needed? Like to everyone, like is that what we needed? Though we didn't need flash and flare 5-0s, 4-0s. We just needed a solid, grinded out 1-0 stable win to sort of get this going in the right direction. Similar to the West Ham one in that regard.
Well, Ben, what do you think?
No, look, 4-0s, 5-0s will be no good to Liverpool at the minute because Liverpool need to look like they can hold their own against top talent. Do you know what I mean? Bladder in the team now and again is no good for Liverpool. We need to start seeing some like consistency. Do you know what I mean? Stop conceding goals. And lads, it was good to see no mistakes. Do you know what I mean? And Liverpool have been. Yeah. Do you know what? I believe I said it on our show just before. Look, for me, you're in your luck. You know, Liverpool are where they are because they deserve to be where they are this season. We've been crap. Let's cut the shit. We've been crap. Players have let us down. Big individuals have let us down. I think the managers let us down. All of them. We are in this together.
Yeah. It's a collective.
It's collective.
Yeah,
Lad, this is what this goes back to why I am so frustrated with Mo Salah because Liverpool's success is built on a collective. We're a team. We didn't beat Barcelona from one individual. So back the other day, knowing the week we've got, how fucking dare you do that to them? Do you know what I mean? And I am not the biggest Slot fan at the minute with regards to how the season's gone. And that's me judging them off results. But I was like, how can you do that to the team and the manager, knowing what's getting said about them? Like you said, mate, every one of them have been ridiculed. So to go out there going, me, that just doesn't cut the mustard with me. And I love them. And like you've just said there, lad, you've got to be able to determine the fact that you can criticise players, but also remember that when you criticise someone, it's not off the back. You're not ridiculing for what they've done.
No,
previous.
Exactly. And listen, Ben, you know what the thing is as well? I think like one thing that's killed the conversation around it as well. I'm definitely one of few here. I really like Carragher. I do. I really like Carragher, but
I do.
But
his emotion carries him away, doesn't it?
But it's very clear that he does not like Salah as a person, and Salah does not like Carragher as a person. And anytime he talks on Salah, right, I struggle with it. And I'd even put out, I was really hoping there was going to be a bit more of a nuanced conversation when he came out and had the conversation with it. And listen, it wasn't what I think I wanted to hear. It wasn't. It felt. I don't know. It wasn't what I was hoping for at all, and it's not helped the situation at all because it's just kind of drilled that in more. That if you're against Salah and you're X, Y, Z, you know who did a brilliant job at summarising how I feel was Gerrard.
Yeah,
where
this was brilliant.
I don't think the intent was profusely against the club. He's a world-class player. He's frustrated he isn't starting, and he has a right to say that, but he has a right to deal with the consequence that comes as a result. You can't go against the manager publicly.
You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't go against the manager publicly. It's like Gerrard said, you just can't do that. And there is an issue with doing that. And you just need to do that apology behind closed doors. You shake the hand, you move on. On Riyadh issue with Wenger, on Riyadh issue with Pep, Suarez had issue with Rodgers, Gerrard had issue with Rodgers,
Patrick Berger,
Xabi Alonso with Rafa Benitez had a massive issue, and Rafa did Xabi dirty. Remember, Rafa didn't let Xabi fly home to see the birth of his son, and that's why he started trying to replace him with Gareth Barry. Obviously, there could be loads that's happened behind the scenes that we don't know, but it's something you want to handle in-house. I think that's probably the conversation that's been had there. Salah is an all-time Premier League great. You know what I mean?
Like, Mo, it's really interesting this because notice how, even though we've picked up that win against Inter Milan, because this is how massive and seismic of an event this is, that even though we've just went away to the San Siro and beaten Inter Milan 1-0 in a performance that would be lauded in any other season, instantly our minds go back to the Salah conversation. That's how massive of a thing this is. And I suppose we'll move on to that. We'll come back to Inter. I promise we will come back to the positivity, but we'll get the most stuff out of the way because it's been discussed to death at this point. But like, if you're Mo Salah, and I know everyone's given their thoughts and opinions on it, so anything I say is not going to make a difference, but you have a responsibility as a leader, as the highest paid player in that team, as the person who is saying, I should be playing based on everything I've done and achieved with this club. You have a responsibility, surely, to be coming out in the difficult times for the club, not just a difficult week for you personally. Like, are you disappointed with the way he's went about it? Are you disappointed with him? Because I think his ego's gone a bit wild at the moment, which we can.
It's always been the same, though, Lou. It has always been the same.
Well, I said earlier, I think like everybody's entitled to their opinion, and one thing I will say is no player is bigger than the club. Okay, let's get our fact out of the way. But if I were to percentage this, I would say 90% of it Mo is in the wrong, but 10% I'm actually just intrigued to see what's triggered that. Mo is not. He doesn't really come out in the media until it's contract talk, you know? Let's be honest. He doesn't come out and say things unless he wants something for himself. He's had tendencies of showing that he is all about me. I want to be the main man. But that was that felt very different to me, the way he came out. I thought it was AI when I first saw it. I thought, nah, this is AI, man. This is rubbish.
I did too, yeah.
Something has triggered him so bad for him to come out and throw the club under the bus, throw his players under the bus. And look, there's reasons for everything. If I want to know, and I think the truth will come out. But if let's just say, hypothetically speaking, you know, let's just say Rami, his agent, find out that behind his back they've agreed to sell him, and he's told Edwards and Hughes have told Slot phase him out. Okay, drop him, use AFCON as an excuse. I'm just giving a hypothetical.
No, 100%. Sorry. Yeah, go on. I agree with you.
I'm not saying it's true. I'm just letting people
No, you're right. No, you're right. Sorry,
all I've seen is Salah getting abuse at the moment, which is rightly so, but we also got to remember what he's done for us in the last 10 years.
That's why I think we phase him out, Mo. Because that's where I disagree with phasing him out. And the reason being is Mo Salah can't hold his own pissing. So,
yeah, exactly. Well, this is the thing.
You know he's going to fucking kick off. So for me, they aren't doing that. And I can't just fucking see all people talking on it like that. I just think Mo Salah can't handle being phased out. That is it.
And this is the point I was going to try and make. 90% of me says he's wrong because he's showing main man syndrome. And the penny's dropped with him. He's not the main man anymore. And yesterday, that performance was a siege mentality performance from the players. They actually had each other's back. They wanted to fight for each other. They wanted to win for the club. And we haven't seen that in a performance for a long, long time. So I think they reacted to that as well. They will never come out. But you're right. Leaders like Van Dijk, Salah, you expect better for them. And he should have kept... Everything that Stevie G said was spot on. That's the basic.
Yeah. Gerrard nailed it.
Hit the nail on the head. But I also want fans to understand, look, I'm not saying I'm not teaching you how to have your opinion. I'm just saying, look, he's done 8 years of great service for us. Let's not... If this is the way he leaves, let's remember what he's done and not just hold him to judgment for what he's for his outburst.
Well, you said that there about the way he leaves. Like, I don't believe he leaves. Like, I really don't. I think there's a lot of both from his camp and from Liverpool's camp, and also from people who like to cause chaos in the media, because there's a lot of them as well that are just using. Yeah, there's a lot of that at the moment that people are using to drum up numbers. If I was to give you the reality that I think, again, this is my opinion. I do think it is a case of Salah has been dropped because Slot is just trying to solidify the team and grind a couple of results, because he probably was told you need to get a run now. Now, like you say, we know that he's probably had a chat and you now need 3-4 results out of 4 here, and he's not even got that now. But I think what has caught Liverpool off guard this year, and this is on Slot and the coaching staff, the way we used Salah last year got found out, but it got found out just in time as we'd won the league, right? So we were getting found out, but it was also like, it's fine. We haven't figured out a new way of using Salah where the right back area is covered or the right side is covered defensively, where we're still able to use Salah in the same way. Now, the conversation for me comes, do you look at him in the way you looked at Rooney, where, okay, an adjusting of position needs to be made for the sake of the player for the next 18 months? I think the best way to use Salah now, in the system that we've seen this week, you use him in the same position of Ekitike or Isak, or even in occasion where you had Verts. You use him in these areas. You can start him ahead of one of those two forwards because he can play that role. In fact, when we played against Man City last year, we played that system. He played narrow in that game. So I think it is possible. I think it is the right way to approach it. So I think what needs to happen, and what probably has happened in the last 24 and probably the next 24, is conversations will be had between Salah's camp and our camp, Liverpool's camp, about resolution. I don't believe anyone will think it best fit for Salah to leave in January. One, Liverpool, from an image standpoint, Hughes and Edwards will know that is a terrible look. Now, people can say they don't care about looks, etc., but there is a way and a means of doing business. They will not want to do business that way. And also, you wouldn't have given Salah a contract just to sell him in the January. I don't think that would be the case. Salah will want guarantees, which we won't be able to necessarily provide. So it's how you find the middle ground there. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I think Ben touched on this before, it's a results business. Slot is putting the team first, it's team first. So however you get a result is however you get a result. And at the moment, against how I prefer it, because I want to see Salah play. It's right now without Salah, and going into AFCON, it will be without Salah for the next month.
Well, this is and I think that does lean into it as well, because if AFCON wasn't happening, for example, I don't think Salah does this interview. I don't think he comes out in the mixer and starts saying, this is happening. This is what I've broken down my relationship. I'm being thrown under the bus. I think he's planned this perfectly. And Carragher hints at it, that it's all choreographed.
No way he's just gone off the cuff with that, lad.
Exactly. No way. It's been planned out. And like Mo said before, he doesn't do these things often. But like Carragher said, there's been 4 mixed zones since Salah's been at Liverpool. The first one was when he broke the goal-scoring record in his first season. The second one was when we won the Champions League, and it was him holding the trophy, walking out. The third one was the contract extension, and the fourth one is this. Each of them is a big moment for him individually. Very few mention of the team, bar maybe the Champions League final, because I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
But he's always been this self-driven person. Even last season, he was saying, look, I want to break the individual records. I want these individual accolades. I want to do this. I guarantee if he'd got posed that same question that Trent got asked of, what would you rather win? The captaincy of Liverpool, this, or the Ballon d'Or, or this, I guarantee he'd say the Ballon d'Or, because he's that style of player. And the difference is,
I'd only say, Lewis, I'd only say he's got a better media team that probably would have told him how fans would have reacted, so he probably would have gave a different answer. But he'd probably think the same answer, but he's got a better media team than Trent. Sorry.
In his age, though, he wants the personal accolades now, doesn't he?
100%. Yeah.
He does want the personal accolades, and he's a big, like Carragher said, he's got one of those egos of someone who is driven for the best. And Ben, like, let's not make a mistake about it. That's one of the main reasons why Mo has endeared himself to us so much over the years, is because he's someone who will put in effort. Even when he's dipped in form, he still scores goals. He still assists. This is the first time we're seeing a Mo Salah who is contributing nothing, little to nothing on the pitch.
This is why I think he has a bit of credit in the bank. I don't think we should lose our heads. Yes, what he's done is the cardinal sin. He's come out and he's aired dirty laundry to the public. Cardinal sin. You don't do that. Liverpool don't do that. Any club, you don't do it. There's other ways of doing it. But I also have a level head enough to understand that there's so many moving parts behind the scenes that we don't know about. We get fed what we get fed from the media. So at some point, whether he gets sold or whether he stays, the truth is going to come out. Like I said, 90% is on him. I think he's wrong. But I'm also reserving 10% just to wait till the truth comes out and see what actually has happened.
Well, Ben, what do you think the truth is? What do you think is the truth behind this? Because Mo's right. We don't know everything that's going on behind the scenes. And to be fair to Salah, he is the only player who's came out and had the balls to say, look, the situation's the way it is. We know what's going on. I'm not going to insult your intelligence. I'm going to say it how it is. But is there more to it than that? Do you think that there is maybe a disconnect in the whole back room, or do you think it is just purely just on him? Because that seems a bit unlikely, but not impossible.
Look, I think there's a few things, mate. Look, if anyone thinks that this isn't Salah's last season, they are living in fairy world. Mo Salah's not going to be Liverpool's right winger next year, and neither should he. You can't have a 35-year-old winger in the Premier League. It's not going to happen. He'll have grey hair and he'll be walking around with a walking fucking stick.
That 35-year-old right winger, though, has just had the best individual campaign in Premier League history.
He has, and I agree. But I look at Mo now and I think it's caught him up, personally. You take remember, a lot of the goals for Salah came earlier in the season, lads. Towards the latter stages, he was struggling. But like you said, Mike, we'd won the league pretty much by then. A lot of for ages we'd pissed the fucking league. Do you know what I mean? I personally think, mate, you've got to look at certain things as well. People are saying, Liverpool fucking phasing them out. Is Mo Salah looking for a move as well, lads? Because when he goes out there, he does things off his own back to benefit him as well. The contract situation, I want this, I want that. So I just think, lads, I'll be honest, I think Mo wants to go as well. I think there's a bit of both. I think he's pissed off with the manager not playing games. And that's the big cause of it. Lads, Frankfurt, he got dropped. That was the first game he got dropped. He's fucking thrown his top around. And I put a tweet out there. Some people, half of Egypt were fucking saying all sorts of Army Mar and all that shit, lads, which made me laugh.
You're going to get a travel ban like Carragher?
Yeah, lad, that's it. My head was on top of a fucking pyramid and they were shooting at it, lads. You know what I mean? But, like, for me, he can't handle not playing. That's it. Yeah. For good reasons and for bad, Mo rightfully shows had to come out this side. And I think when you look at the grand scheme of Liverpool's team, we are better suited with that right-hand side for Mo to come out, because I don't think the manager's going to go with a Chiesa on the left-hand side if Gakpo comes out. And I think with Szoboszlai there, it helps Liverpool's balance better because he's a pressing merchant off the right-hand side, Szoboszlai. And I think it's worked. We may not have won every game, like Mike had said, but we look a lot solider. We're not conceding the ball as much. And Liverpool are making slow little progress. It's tiny progress, but it's something.
And beaten in full.
But this is it. I think with Mo Salah, lad, right? People need to understand, if the club want to sell Mo Salah, the club can sell Mo Salah. And they give him contracts with Van Dijk to recover some money back. Lad, we've just lost a lot of money.
Yeah,
I don't know. I find it mad. Like, if we really wanted rid of him, don't get me wrong, I get the turn of profit, but you don't give him the contract we gave him. I know that we're going to sell him, but like, I imagine the plan would have been for next summer.
Can I just say something? One second. I think it's been speeded up because the fact Liverpool's season's been fucking garbage. Now, if Liverpool were more in the mix, I don't think we'd be looking at January.
But this is one thing. This is one thing I agree with Salah on. This is one thing I really agree with Salah on. I think he has been wrongly scapegoated. Our biggest issue for me hasn't been the right-hand side. I really don't think it's been that at all. Our biggest issue has been, I love McAllister with a passion. God, I fucking love the kid, by the way. I want to make it really clear. I love McAllister. But Mac in midfield has really not had the season that we're used to. I didn't think he was bad against Inter the way half the timeline thought, but he's not been good this season. Konate, who laws himself as a world-class centre-back, I think he is in moments, has been awful for the most part.
But how do you take Konate out with no other defenders, lad?
Yeah,
but you've had Joe Gomez, Gomez, and this frustrates the life. I know we're going off the sidetrack here, but Salah, just keep it focused. Look,
this is why Grizz is bald. He's getting stressed.
But listen, Salah said that he felt like he was being scapegoated, and I think he is correct, because I think the media, subconsciously or consciously, have a bad habit of targeting Muslim players and African players for blaming moments where they need a target. You've seen it with the World Cup with Saka. You've seen it in Man City with Raheem Sterling. You've seen it at Liverpool with Salah when certain things have gone wrong in the past. And you've seen it with Mane as well at times. I don't think that all of it stems from that here. I want to be very clear. And there are issues with the way Salah's played. He's not been brilliant this year at all. I'm not saying he has been. But our main issue hasn't been I've not came away from a game this season gone, fucking game bottled because of our right winger. I've gone, it's been a centre-back, it's been a left-back issue, it's been the entire midfield,
I'll be honest,
it's been our left wing.
Shit.
Oh, no, I've said games, he's been shit, absolutely. But, like, the biggest issue in most games, bar maybe two from memory, has been Gakpo, the left-back, Konate, all the entire midfield. Like,
going off most standards, sorry to go in.
No, you're right, sorry, I'm rambling. You got it.
Luke, just a quick question, though, with regards to Salah, right? For his standards, no one can tell me any otherwise. He's been garbage. He needed to come out of this side, lads. And also, Luke, do you agree with me that the manager is fucking trying to throw all sorts of shit at the wall? He's needed to make a statement. He can't take his fucking captain out. So he's had to go in.
I think I think it's twofold. I think the first bit about the standards for Salah, absolutely. I think that's one of the main reasons why he may feel as though he's being scapegoated, because if you look at last season, there were games where we weren't great. We were actually pretty piss poor in some of those matches and ones that we even won, and we got through it based off of Salah's individual brilliance. He carried Newcastle away. He came off the bench and he carried us to that.
I think that was that and West Ham was some of his best games.
Exactly. There was games where he came on and he was the individual. So a lot of people are looking at it as, right, regardless of the situation surrounding you, no matter what team you've been in, be it 2020-21 when Van Dijk was injured and the whole back line went down, you were still putting out numbers. 22-23, we were awful. We finished in the Europa League. You were still putting out numbers. Why can't you do that same thing now? I think that's why a lot of the media attention is focused on him. And also with Slot, I think there's no middle ground with him. He's either too rigid and regimented to the system that he wants, or he's trying too much. There is no nice neutral ground. And this is the first one where he's come out and defensively structured the team to just not concede at the expense of attack. That is that XG that we got the other day. And XG is give or take, whatever. Only 4 games last season did we have a lower XG. That was the loss to Nottingham Forest, the loss to Chelsea after we won the league, the 2-0 against City at the Etihad, and the 2-2 draw with Everton. Every other game we over-exceeded it. Slot now is just trying to work out the kinks of, I don't have a Salah to carry us. How am I going to get the best out of this team with all these new players? And he's trying to find a nice middle ground. And I do think that is a big issue. when he's trying a million different things the way he has been so far this season.
Yeah,
massively. Just a comment there, you know, someone's saying Isak standards. I think Isak is suffering what you've just said. Fucking formation changes every 5 fucking minutes and shit like that. Whereas where Mo hasn't really got an excuses. He's been in the Liverpool team that long. He knows this team. So, like, I can understand why the manager's had to make a fucking stand with someone, and he's gone with Salah. The problem is, this fella will not fucking hold us. He won't keep his mouth shut. So this is where he's got too much pride, and he ain't going to say sorry. So anyone who thinks that is living in fairy world.
As you said that, the thing I said on BBC before came up, and it was a quote saying, if Salah puts his foot down and says, I'm not apologising, then no, I don't see him in a Liverpool shirt again. So
I think he goes. I'll be honest. I think he goes. And to be honest, mate, I think Mo is struggling with what's happening to the summer with Jota. That's
Mo, you just said it there. You said mentally, and is that a big thing that's not being taken into consideration with this Salah conundrum?
The whole team.
One of Salah's first tweets after the aftermath of Diego Jota, rest in peace, was, "I don't want to go back to Liverpool. It's going to feel strange." That's one of his first tweets he put out. I don't know if people remember, and then you've got them breaking down after the second game of the season, but Bournemouth, first game of the season. Yeah. Something not clearly right. He's not.
That's why I think he wants to go.
Look, I'm going back to Mike's thing. I'm not calling you out, Mike. I'm just giving you a hypothetical again with regard to why did the board give him a contract? Okay, because the optics, like you said, it didn't look good. Imagine the optics if Trent and Mo left for free. The board would have got crucified. Yeah. But so I
agree. Yeah.
I genuinely think the board have sat down, Edwards and Hughes, and said, look, let's give him what he wants, but with a plan that we're going to sell him in a year. If we get an offer in a year, we won't tell him. That's our plan. We're going to try and recruit some money.
But the not telling feels just so sly. Like I've never seen us move that sly with a player.
Why would a business have to tell their player? I'm seriously.
But because of optics, like you said. So if you think about when we got rid of Firmino, or when we got rid of Mane, or when we got rid of Hendo, even Hendo, which wasn't even a clean leave. Like I've not seen us get rid of a player by kicking him out the back door. Not a star player. By kicking him out the back door since Alonso, ironically.
I don't think they're kicking him out the back door. I think, like Ben said,
it sounds like kicking out the back door, no? Because if you're saying he's selling him without,
But I also think he's probably thinking, look, maybe it's time for a change as well.
But that's different.
For me, it's neutral. I think the club want to sell him. You've just said optics, and I think the optics have started now because the season's not going to plan. I think Liverpool
I agree with that.
Maybe move him in January. Get someone in so we can give them half the season with potentially another new manager, and let's start afresh with a new season. And I'll tell you what, right? This is why I'd let him go, because if we fucking sack Slot, this shit will carry on and on and on.
The next manager coming in, player power.
Yeah. Then you're talking kind of like a United situation.
How can they sack the manager and put someone else in if this fella's going to kick off the next?
But Ben, you know something as well. I think inadvertently Salah's outburst has given Slot another month. Like I really think, I think it's inadvertent.
I think it's inadvertently in his name.
It's probably accelerated. Also, it's probably accelerated the conversation of selling Salah next year. We can accelerate this now and sell it in January.
Yeah, I think Salah. You're right. I think what's happened is the Salah's came out and said this, and then behind the scenes they've gone, well, if we sack Slot now, it looks
let's use this as a motivation.
Yeah. So instead, let's use this as, well, he's not happy, so we're going to move him on, and we can use that as a reason. Yeah. It's optics from the club when you say, you know what I mean?
Everything is optics.
For me, he's played his last game for Liverpool now. He has, and do you know what?
I still don't think he has. I really hope he has.
He's not going to apologise, Mike. He's just not. And that's not the
but
way.
lad, you know me. I'm like the boys. You know me. I'm too soft. Lad, you just fucking give him 2 more years, lad. Fuck it, let's run it into the grass.
You know what, mate? When I speak to you, it puts such a smile on my face because you're the most optimistic person ever.
Oh, you are.
This is the thing. Like, just as an example, so say I go on about 2013-14 all the time because I adore that season. I ignore the shortcomings, ignore everything that came. I love that season so much. Yeah. Say Liverpool were in the position then that we are now. We're mid-table, all this shit's going on. Do you think Suarez stays till the end of that season?
No,
Probably not. He probably goes sooner rather than
yeah.
later. So I think there is credit to what Ben is saying in the sense of the club is seeing now not a player who's contributing to the contribution, not contributing to the output of the team in terms of goals and assists, not someone who's contributing to the team behind the scenes or off the pitch. They're seeing a massive financial drain week in, week out on wages. And for the club now, when you've got Saudi sniffing around who can give you a lot of money, we're getting linked with the likes of Semenyo. We've just spent £500 million, and money for that's going to have to get recouped somehow. Maybe, and I'll put this one to you first, Mike. Maybe there is warrant to that, but also it's maybe we've possibly said to Saudi, look, because they came in for him not long ago for big money. Maybe we've put it out to them saying he will be going soon. If you just bear with us and let us get our replacements in, let us build a bit of a team, then you can have him.
Well, it's one of those, isn't it? Like, I will start this off with the obvious. I don't want us to sell him. Hypothetically, if we did, I would be curious to see with the fee that we'd get, because the optics, we keep going back to optics. You want the highest fee, so then this calendar year or this financial year, we can add it on to the end of the last window, and it can be almost as if we've only spent 80, 90 mil. Like, you know what I mean? So then you're thinking, are you going to get 80 to 120 mil for Salah? Probably, with the way Saudi are, which is absolutely not. I'd probably say get 80. I veer on the lighter side personally. I know people are optimistic, but I'd probably say you get 80 mil for him because of the way Saudi are with the money. It's 80 mil, 400 grand off the wage. You then go into January, you get Gay in the centre back, the ball playing centre back that he wants. You then get Semenyo in. I don't get Semenyo coming in as Salah's replacement. I get him coming in for Gakpo. I don't get having him on the right and Gakpo. It's a very bizarre little setup. I don't see the plan. That's my issue with the whole. Get rid of Salah. Do you have a plan? I don't feel like we do. At the moment, it feels like get rid of Salah to stave away or try and just give Slot an extra 2 weeks, maybe. I don't see a plan at the moment. That's my issue. If you're going to get rid of your star player, have a plan around it that you can sell to a fan. Because right now, if I'm trying to sell to you three, the only sales pitch I can give you three is, well, it'd be less questions about Salah. That's pretty much it. So what's the sales pitch? If you three are to sell to me, Mo, I'll come to you, mate. What is the sales pitch that you can give to a fan from a Liverpool board perspective of the reason to sell Salah in January?
If I was the Liverpool board, FSG.
Yeah, how are you going to sell that to the fans? Because the fans aren't going to accept it. I'm not going to accept it. So how are you going to package it?
You'll package it by Mo, his outburst. They'll use a bit of that. They'll package it that we've got an opportunity to get, like I said, 70 million in, 400k off the books, and get another player in, not to replace, but just to add numbers to the squad.
Yeah.
Our future, the way you package it is, our future is Isak, Ekitike, and Wirtz, and we have to start planning towards that. And fans will understand that. I think fans will understand it. Mo won't like it, and this is why Mo's probably chucked his
them three need to play every week now.
100% every week.
If Salah's in there, they don't play every week.
And that's how you package it. Look, this is the new era. Salah's been with us for 10 years, now 9 years. Thank you, everything that you've done. But we are now going a different direction. And that direction is the future is Ekitike, Isak, and Wirtz.
Salah is not the first. There is a point to this, and Ben, I'll go to you with it. It's just me going on one of my usual waffle tangents. But Salah's not the first big name player to be dropped. It happened to Stan Collymore when he had this fallout with Evans. He got dropped. Like I said, Patrick Berger, not to the same level as Salah, of course, but he had Fowler, 2001 Community Shield, Gerrard against Real Madrid. There's countless examples of players being dropped. And for Salah now, say this isn't Arne Slot, say this is Jurgen Klopp, I think there is a far bigger outcry from the fans to get Salah gone ASAP if this is under a Jurgen Klopp reign. But because it's Arne Slot and because he's not been performing and the team's not been performing and there's an outcry from the fan base to maybe move him on and bring someone else in, I think that's the only thing at the moment that's got some fans saying, I agree with Salah. Yeah, he is being hard done by.
Well, it's due to respect, isn't it? I'd mentioned in our group, I said to you, Mike, we had a debate. I said, I'm hearing some players don't like the manager, and Salah kind of proved his issues. Do you know what I mean? You know, he gone after the manager slightly, but he's got where I lose credit with Salah, he's gone after the club. But you say that, lads, he did do it with Jürgen because I was there at West Ham.
West Ham.
West Ham. Shit, I forgot about that.
He didn't fucking smile, lad. And he was on his fucking the sidelines kicking off. And I was at the bottom in the lower tier. I could see it. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Because this was Jürgen's last final stint. And that was so tough, lad, watching Jürgen. It was just fading away. Do you know what I mean? Then we went to Aston Villa. I was there. Salah didn't even want to know. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, fucking hell. So, yeah, look, there would be, and there was, people... But that's the problem with the manager now. He doesn't have the lovingness that the fucking fans had with Jürgen. And that's why... You know, make no mistake about it. Arne Slot right now is judged on the results. They are not good enough. For any manager of Liverpool, we are not good enough right now. And you know what? Just touching up on with regards to Salah, I think one of the reasons where the club potentially looking at cashing in on him now may be the fact that, if we miss out on top 4, we're in the shit. Because the money...
It takes us back 5 years.
Takes us back. And I think they're thinking, we can't have that big wage bill coming up behind us. Do you know what I mean? We can't have him kicking off with a new manager. You know, and you just said sell the fucking dream. I think the easiest way to talk about it is we're thinking of sacking the manager. And if we've got a new manager, we can't have this disturbance constantly talking all the time in the media. And it's become the Carragher and fucking Salah show. And for me, that is a disgrace compared with what we've got going on right now.
Yeah. That should not be the focus. Like,
it should not. I wouldn't even think we played last night.
Yeah, if we're brutally honest and we put Liverpool Football Club first, both of them have to go. If we're brutally honest,
they go. Yeah, and this is the way it is. Unfortunately, Liverpool can't afford. We can't afford individuals trying to drag us down a notch. We've got to be going all out there at the minute.
Could I sell you an optimistic dream, boys?
Go on.
Say it, Mo.
Here we go.
Settle in. Okay, now.
It's a 5-year contract. No, it's not. I'll say a realistic positive dream. In my eyes, realistic. Bear in mind, Ben, you're going to shoot this down by the first sentence. Mo,
I'm letting you sell the dream, lad.
Mo, you'll shoot it down by the second sentence.
No,
God, you'll kick me. Right. This is what I genuinely think can happen. Not will, but can happen. I think we stick with this new system. I think we grind results out. I don't think it's pretty. I do think there's draws where we don't want draws, but for the most part, we grind results out. We start building ourselves up the table. Salah's going to AFCON. There'll be a fair amount of speculation, but nothing more. Before Salah comes back, we found rhythm and we found a pattern of play in this system. We've had January. Bear in mind, he's not coming back till after January, right? In January, we sign either Gueye or Semenyo. We signed one of the two. It feels like that's going to happen regardless, right?
Yeah.
It's made pretty clear this is Salah's last season, okay? And he is going in the summer. But we found a pattern of play. There's some positivity going on. We beat Barnsley in the FA Cup. We got some things going on. FA Cup, Champions League look well. We're probably sitting third. We're not necessarily happy, but we're like, patterns of play here. Players have picked up form. Things looking good. Isak's bagging. Not great, but it's not bad. We're in top 4. We're there. Salah comes back in. We start using Salah from the bench and then in lineups, because we're playing twice a week anyway, as one of the 2 strikers in this system. For me, we shake hands and go, Salah, you're leaving at the end of the season. You're not playing for Slot, you're playing for the team. I don't think Slot gets sacked in this scenario, and it is Slot you out to the end of the season to pull a trophy and top 4, and then you have the first couple of months of next season. Salah goes in the summer.
Don't think Salah would accept that personally, me.
He probably won't, but that's what I think happens. I personally think that happens. I think
it's plausible, but I'm with Ben. I just don't think Salah's got the ego to say, I'll accept that.
He would not shake someone's hands to say that I'm not going to be playing all the time. Yeah. And you know, when he's saying about these little promises, I think he's probably, when they sold the contract to him, they'd be like, don't have to worry about coming out the team and shit like that. And I think he doesn't like that.
Yeah,
that was his big thing about it, wasn't it? He said promises.
Promises are made.
Promises, the big thing.
And people want me out the club.
Curious what that was.
Yeah, you know, the people want me out the club. He's not aiming at a Slot. He's aiming at Hughes and Edwards.
Yeah. About to say that's aimed elsewhere, like 100%.
That's aimed elsewhere, I think.
And look, no one's going to know specifically what's going on. Bar Salah, bar Remy Abbas. That's just for them to do what they want and for the club to sort out. But I do want to. We've got like 10 minutes or so left.
Yeah.
It just depends, but I want to sort of end on the positives because we
Alonso's coming.
Our analysis of Inter Milan sort of went to shit. That's fine. That happens. I'm not Grizz. I can't control the room, but there were good individual performances that came out of that match, and one player that I really, really want to touch on. It's not Dominic Szoboszlai. I want to hear some love for Curtis Jones. Now,
Scouts are in our team, lad.
Honest to God, Curtis Jones, man, he is playing like he is doing the Alexis McAllister role, and I think he suffered so much from the early comparisons to Gerrard after that FA Cup goal against Everton, when we saw him bursting through the team in the youngest lineup, captaining us against Shrewsbury, Liverpool's youngest ever lineup, and I think there was so much anticipation and build to him. Since then, he's established himself as, in my opinion, I think he's undroppable at the moment. And Ben, I'll go to you first with him. We'll go around with it. But how happy you seemed over the moon then when I mentioned him? Like, how happy are you for Curtis Jones to have found his rhythm and found his system in this team?
I think, right, do you know when you look at the midfielders in our setup, Dom's going to get the plaudits for the player of the season, but I think if Curtis had played the same amount of games, he'd be the player of the season. I think when Curtis has played this year, he's been the best player on the pitch. The problem is, Lou, getting him on the pitch is fucking the hardest thing. You know, he's injured all the time. He is out all the time. And I'll be honest, right, you know, when you look at individually as some of our midfielders, I would say Dom's biggest trait, right, is his energy. That's his biggest trait. I look at Curtis, right, and I think Curtis has got traits in all departments at the midfield. I think he's so good at retaining the ball. Now he looks like a leader out there. You know, his progression passes are much better. I know that people have talked about like keeping hold of the ball or not. Sometimes you have to. I think it's a bit of a myth, that personally. For me, I think Curtis is one of the best players in our team at the minute. And like you've 100%. Just said, for me, Maka drops to the bench. Curtis starts every week for me. And I think Liverpool looks so much better. Like this fella was screaming at Van Dijk the other week. And then unfortunately got injured. So that typifies him. For me, mate, people can go on about Szoboszlai being captain material. I think Curtis is captain material as well, if he can stay fit. I'm so happy with him, lad. He's the new scouser in the team because Trent's fucked off. And he looks like a player that you could build things around, lad, because he wants it so much for us, lads. And I loved it yesterday. Do you know, I may not be the biggest fan of the manager, but they asked Curtis, are you with the manager? He went, of course we are. He's a leader, lad. He's a leader. And if Liverpool to do anything good this season, make no mistake about it, he'll be one of the main players as to why the form turns around in our favour.
100%. And do you know what, Mo? I think Ben summed it up perfectly, and I want to get your thoughts as well. But a big thing that I've loved about Curtis Jones this season, Carragher said earlier on in the season, why is Mo not speaking to the media? Van Dijk's faced the brunt. Who else is coming out and speaking to them week in, week out? It's Curtis Jones. He is taking the brunt of this like a proper leader in the team. And like, have you noticed the sort of he's matured on the pitch? In my opinion, I think he looks very Wijnaldum-esque. But have you noticed the sort of maturity in terms of the way he's approaching the media, the way he's vocalizing his opinions? Like, it feels like this was his glow up season, so to speak, in that regard.
Well, like everything that Ben says, he's hit the nail on the head. Like, but again, I agree with you, Lou. I think Curtis Jones, apart from that outburst a couple of weeks ago when we lost, and he was like, "I'm a fan."
Yeah, I forgot about that.
he is maturing. Yeah, I like that. That shows he's got back in his heart. But you know what he's done now? But he's backed it up on the pitch. He hasn't just said words in an interview. He's come out after that interview and he's played for the badge. He's run hard and he's one of the best progressive passers in the whole of the Europe in 5 leagues.
You can't get the fucking ball off him, lad.
No, and I said to you earlier, the most technical gifted players we have in our team is followed very closely by Jones. And he's press resistant. And yes, it is a myth that he slows down the game, because right now I think Gravenberch slows down the game because Gravenberch can't pass 5 yards, in my opinion, whereas Jones can, and Jones is the instigator in the last few weeks. What we need to see from him is fitness. Every time Jones comes to form, 2 or 3 games later, he gets injured, and then we're back to the rinse and repeat cycle. He needs to run.
Said it best. He'll never let you down.
Exactly, because he knows, he's a fan, he knows what it means, but he's actually got ability, He's not, and I don't want to throw Harvey Elliott in the same sentence, but Harvey Elliott is a fan. He's going to die for this club when he plays for this club, but he hasn't got that ability 100%. Like, he's a squad player. So whereas Curtis
not even man anymore, is he?
Well, yeah, he's going to come back anyway, and I'm sure we'll touch on that. But I just think he needs a run of 7 to 10 games where he's fit and he's a rhythm player in my eyes. And so was Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum was a rhythm player as well, and he can take that Wijnaldum. He can take that Wijnaldum. He just needs to. Yes, he stepped up. I just wish he just continues now and really makes that place his own now. Because let's be honest, McAllister played like he was 37 years old last night. So there's a.
What we fucking know, he fucking didn't. What are we doing? What game did I watch? What a fucking game! I swear to God, Mo. And this isn't at you, by the way. I nearly had a fucking stroke looking at my phone after the game yesterday, because I was watching the second half and I was like, "Great tackle, Mac. Good pass, Mac. Lovely dummy, Mac. One as a foul, Mac." So Mac's done all this. That's good. I'm sure the timeline has watched the same game I have. I look at my phone and I was like, Mac invisible today. Didn't put a foot in. Didn't pass the ball forward once. Didn't cover any ground. What's the stat that comes out next? Oh yeah, Mac covered more ground than Szoboszlai. Mac made more tackles than so and so. I don't understand it.
Maybe you're right.
This isn't you. No, Mo. This is not you. I'm not coming at you. I promise you. And you're absolutely right in the sense that
Liverpool's best team right now, McAllister, though.
No, I agree, and I've even tweeted this out. I'm a McAllister fanboy, but I've even said what we need to do.
I am lad, to see him like this. Yeah. He looks like he's shit his pants running around.
Lad, it does fucking hurt me. Trust me, it fucking hurts me. I'm in group chats trying to have conversations with people well, maybe he did this quite well. No one's listening to me, but I thought Mac was good yesterday. I'm not talking about Mac.
That Zielinski absolutely fucking nutmegged him and made Mac look stupid.
I fucking hate it. As soon as that happened, by the way, I was like, "Oh,
you see that lad?" I was like, "Could not have happened to him."
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
When he hoofed the ball out last 10 minutes and he went down.
When he hoofed it out, by the way, when he hoofed it out and went down for cramp, part of me kind of felt like his dad. I was like, "Yeah, good move, that lad. Well done. Yeah, just pretend to have cramp, lad.
Just pretend you're injured. You fucked up, man."
Yeah, lad. It was. I was like, I said to my mate watching the game. I was watching the game. I was like, "Good time management. That's good game management."
Mike, you're probably right. Mike, you're probably right, and it needs other people's views to see it from other people's angles. And
but the thing is, but in the same breath, Mo, he is not in our starting 11. This is what I was leading to.
That's what I was going to say. I'm comparing to the McAllister last year. He was by far probably our best midfielder by a country mile. How he
the last 18 months. The last 18 months, he was my guy. And you're right, and you compare it to that, he's a shadow. But Jones, I want to talk about Jones because that was the question. But Mo triggered me. Triggered me right before it came.
No, to be fair, I was going to ask you about Macca as well. I was just
that just gearing up
perfectly.
It's just it's a fuse for me. But no, listen, Curtis Jones he's a top boy. He represents the club really well. I've always wanted him to do well. There's been moments where it felt like it was resigned to being a squad player, and there were times where he definitely, maybe his confidence exceeded his quality at times, which happens with players that have an abundance of talent that haven't reached the actual quality point. They know they're going to be good, they just haven't reached it. I think now we've got a point where he's level-headed, the quality's up here, and the talent's up here, and he's being a leader. And I remember Robbo at the start of the year, they were doing a thing what's one thing that you really hope for the season? And Robertson said he hopes that Jones becomes a pivotal figure in the team. So that was Robertson's wish. And you can absolutely see why. And yeah, listen, I think he's in our best 11, along with Sobo, along with Wirtz, along with Van Dijk. He's one of the names that you put on the team sheet.
At the club right now, Jones and Szoboszlai.
No, 100%. They are absolutely our best midfielders. And they represent the club well because they're hard-working. They are box-to-box. And they have output. And I know Jones hasn't got the greatest output this season yet, or in previous seasons, but you can tell he can have it. Does that make sense? You can tell he will have output.
That run he made in the first half to get through all the defenders and actually have a shot. He's got it in him to do it.
Yeah. Well, at Leeds, he nearly scored. They hit the crossbar.
Yeah. You know what Curtis's best trait is for me? Do you know, at the minute when this team is on its arse, shitting themselves sometimes, they look nervous at times. Curtis, give me the ball.
And he's desperate to get the ball. I love that.
Desperate. Because he's the best player to link with Wirtz. I'm telling you, if you want Wirtz to do well, Curtis has to be out there with him.
He's the same wavelength as him. It's a quickness of thought, isn't it? Sorry, go on, Lewis.
No. It's just because you mentioned Verts, and we've only got like a couple of minutes left, so I do want to move on to him. But I commented on Ben's stream earlier on, Red or Alive TV, by the way. If you haven't already seen it, make sure you go subscribe.
Mad out.
I think that because there's no Salah in this team now, and statistically he's been our most creative player and our biggest outlet in terms of providing for others, I think this is going to allow Florian Wirtz a role to really thrive in that number 10 creative role. And when he came on yesterday, immediately it just clicked, and it looked like there was a real attack and impetus from the same, particularly down that left-hand side. Like, are we starting to see the fruits of Florian Wirtz's labour in terms of putting up with the change in systems and tactics over the past few weeks? Are we starting to see Florian Wirtz find his feet a bit?
100%. I'll be honest, mate. Can I just say something? I'll let the lads have a say as well, and yourself. I think if you want Florian to do well, Salah and Gakpo can't be in the team, because I think for Florian to do well in a Liverpool setup, he's got to have a 3-man midfield behind him so he can go and roam around the pitch and get involved. Liverpool now, mate, like Mo said earlier, we have gone down the route of 2 number 9s and a number 10, so they've got to play. I think we look very disjointed if you've got Gakpo, Salah and Mo in there with only two other players, you know what I mean, behind him. It's not going to work. He needs Gravenberch sat in the middle behind him with Jones and Szoboszlai to hound players so that they win the ball back, give it to him, because then he's got to go and get it. You want him roaming around the pitch, lads. I think Florian suffered when he's had like stagnated position, and he can't do anything with it. So for me, lads, he's the best player at Liverpool, in my opinion, technique-wise. He needs to be playing all the time. They need to build it around him. I don't think anyone's got a better touch than him in the Liverpool team, and I don't think anyone's as good as that quick 1-2 passing. And let's be honest, lads, he's on the verge of goals and fucking major assists, lads, and he's pivotal for Liverpool, lads. He's pivotal.
Mo, go.
I
just want you to laugh. Go on, you talk about that.
No fucking question, by the way. Just Mo go. That's it. That's all you get.
I think first half we were very solid. I didn't see much chances being created, but that's fine because we're away at Inter and we'll take our chances when they come. When Wirtz came on, I immediately seen a boost in our players. You know, they were more confident. Little 1-2s here. It woke up Szoboszlai. It woke up the players around him. He is the spark in our team, 100%. And I agree with Ben. Like, you know, I don't think the way Salah and Gakpo play, they don't play like wingers that can beat a man and go to the byline and give that service in. So if they could still do that, yes, the 4-3-3 is still an option. But the future is Wirtz playing behind or free roll and picking out the runs from Hugo, picking out those runs from Isaac, because he will pick them out and we will be dangerous. That honestly, when we came on, it just looked like they all had an injection shot in them. Like, you know, they were just flying around. They were all buzzed up, nice little silky little touches. And we need to build it around him. And so hopefully this is the start. We need to see more of this formation to see if it works. Marauding wing backs going up and down. Frimpong might even come back in the side. You know, it's a starting point, but Wirtz has to start.
Quill. Frill.
What Quill Frill? This guy just wants to rhyme things now. Quill spill. Like what are we doing? That's what you're doing. Listen, Verse. Listen, he's doing well. He's doing all right. He's put on, I think, 1.5 or 2.5 kilograms of lean muscle, which is going to help him.
Yeah.
I imagine there's a target there. 2.5. Massive credit to our medical department. I think they're doing an incredible job at the moment, keeping a lot of lads fit.
But they're always on holiday.
And they're adjusting. That's very true. Yeah, Dubai's some fucking location, I tell you what. But
that's
no,
why they're always fit, lads.
Yeah. Ben, that's why you keep fucking going back with me. No, but like, you know what it is. You know what it is. I think this goes for Ekitike, this goes for Isak as well. I think the longer they're with Liverpool, the medical department are slowly morphing their body composition to work with how we play. Isak yesterday, although it wasn't the best performance, his pressing was the best I've seen it.
He looked
the ball work was the best. It wasn't brilliant.
Totally agree.
But he did. He handled a lot better, and there were moments, even small moments, when he had the ball at his feet, and it was quick moments. I'm like, he's there. The player is there. He's in. It's going to be a while till we fully see him. I think we don't see him till January, personally. But the player that we have bought is there, and Verts is the same. I think Verts in November has slowly started showing himself again as the player that we signed. And same for him, though. I don't expect. I think the timing is awful for Salah. It's not his fault. But where you're going to see Isak and Verts really click, and Kirkes, it was always going to be November, December. Yeah. It was always going to be. When we signed Fabinho and Robbo, both of them didn't start coming into the side playing well till then. Because the way we play physically and the physical demands of playing for a team like Liverpool, it's just different, and it takes time to adapt. The expectation takes time to adapt. And I can think of a handful more players as well that when we signed them, you didn't see anything from them until that December period onwards, and then it started clicking. And I think it's bad timing for him because it's going to look like it's because of him when it's not. But yeah, that's my final thought. Do you want a little score prediction? What time are we playing? Brighton 3.
Oh shit! Yeah, the Brighton game.
3 p.m.
Don't keep fucking.
We play Brighton on Saturday.
I don't know what the fuck happened here. My signal's gone.
Oh, look, he's fucked it up now.
See what happens. See what happens when I take
my
over.
Signal just fucked that.
No, we can still hear you.
I don't know what the fuck's happened there. I missed all of that.
Fuck you. You didn't miss anything. Are you okay?
Lad, my whole screen froze, and then I've just heard you 3 times tell me it's 3 o'clock on Saturday. Lewis, what time's it on Saturday, lad?
4 o'clock.
Is it? Yeah,
no,
fucking.
It's 3 o'clock on Saturday. I suppose we'll do a score prediction. Look, like I said, I'm filling in for Grizz. It all just goes to pot. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. We had plenty to discuss because we haven't talked about the Mo stuff. We haven't talked about the Inter stuff. There was plenty to go on. We do play Brighton this Saturday, 3 p.m. Liverpool. Okay, we'll go around. We'll do score predictions, and I'll do the outro. Mike, if you want to go first, because you're the professional one who reminded me that the thing was happening, so you can give the score.
Lewis is having a full-on meltdown, lad. It's all right. You've had a big BBC gig today. We're very proud of you.
Redman.
He's like, lads.
Yeah. You see, I got Lewis on Talksport. I'm in his DMs now. Like, get me on Redmen, get me on BBC.
I did pass your details on, by the way. I did pass your details on.
Oh, fuck off, did you? Oh, you're a sound boy. Thank you very much. Oh,
we said don't let him on.
Come on. But blacklist him right now, scumbag. No, I'm gonna say we don't concede. I think we win 2-0, and I'm gonna go brave. I'm gonna say Isak, and because we were talking about, I'm gonna say Kurt Jones with the goals.
Ben.
I think Liverpool, the form will slowly start to improve. I don't see Mo Salah there. I'll tell you that now. He won't be. I think he's played his last match for Liverpool. Yeah. But I think 2-0 Liverpool. I think Isak and Florian that's their day. I think it's going to come for them.
Mo?
In the podcast earlier, I said 2-0, but everyone's gone for 2-0. So I'll go 2-1 Liverpool now. And I think this is going to be. I think this is going to be the word show.
Yeah.
I get that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I like this. All right, Lewis, what about you?
Solo, isn't he? You know, when you're in your luck, it's coming for him now.
Yeah, and it comes in back.
Yeah, I agree.
I get that.
Yeah,
I think 3-2. I think for us, I think Brighton at the moment have that sort of mentality of, if you score 2, we'll score 3. And they leave themselves so open at the moment. That Villa game in particular was mental. So I think if we can sort of, if Verts is going to play the role that we're thinking, we've got Ekitike, we've got Isak. I think the fact that McAllister played the full 90 against team into the other day, I think that signals that Verts is going to start, and that's going to give us a lot more attacking threat. So 3-2 for me personally. Look, it's Red Room. It never goes the way it's meant to, let's be honest. Mike's the only professional one here. Me, Ben, and Mo just sort of turn up, smile and wave. But it is what it is. Gonna shoot off now, guys. Yeah, that's what I mean. It all went to pot. So,
Dude, go on.
But yes,
like I fucking hold this together. Go on, Lewis. Anyway, sorry. Go on.
everyone, please make sure to click like and subscribe over at Anfield Index. Make sure you go over to Red or Alive TV. They amazing streams over there from Ben pretty much every day. Like, it's incredible stuff. Go follow Mo on Twitter. Go follow Mike on Twitter as well. He hasn't got his tag in the thing. He's just put Q at the moment. Anything else you want
to get in here as quick as that goes?
Agent Q.
Agent Q.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to click like and subscribe over on Anfield Index, and we will see you all for the next episode of The Red Room, hopefully